I'm taking movies of you. How do you, huh?
What are you taking movies of me?
Because I want to see how you are. You look great.
Huh?
You look great.
Thanks.
How you like the movies we're watching on TV?
Very nice.
Huh?
Very nice. Hi. Hi, Ellie. Look at her. Look.
Brush your hair. Dry your hair. Woo!
How's it good? Huh?
Dry your
So move around.
I should move around. Where am I going?
You gotta talk to me. What do you think of the baby?
Oh, she's beautiful.
Huh?
Very nice.
How did you used to wash us? Where did you wash us, Mom? Where did you used to wash us? In the tubs or in the sink?
Oops. What do you mean?
You're going to watch her,
Oh, too much.
while she's brush her teeth.
You wake up in the morning at 1:45, thinking that you're gonna have some really good fun. You brush your teeth.
She brushes her
You
teeth.
brush your teeth. You wake up in the morning at 1:45.
They look just like on the toothbrush.
Oh, they give her a toothbrush too?
Yeah, with toothpaste on it.
Huh?
With toothpaste on it.
You brush your teeth.
She's sucking on
You wake up in the morning at 2:45. Your mind starts humming. Tweedledee. No, wrong side. Wrong side. Turn around. Thank you. You brush your teeth.
I thought you said Al was home.
He was. I know. I think at that time he was working. This is over a period of 3 days, Mom.
Wake up in the morning at 4:45, thinking you hear a knock on the door. You brush your teeth.
So, Mom, are you going to cook tonight?
Not yet.
Why?
Because I don't feel like cooking all day.
What do you mean you didn't cook all day? Huh?
Rosie,
Then I guess we're going to get bread and water.
I don't want no.
What did you used to make for Saturday night meals, Mom?
The what?
What did you used to make for Saturday night meals?
You always had delicatessen on Saturday night.
Did you have delicatessen on Saturday? What did you have? What did we used to?
Cook on Saturday.
What did we used to have on Saturday night?
What do I usually have on Saturday night?
No, what did we used to have on Saturday night?
What we used to have?
Yeah.
Well, you must be tired too.
I don't know. Whatever was quick bite, that's all.
What kind of quick bite?
Rosie, please, I don't
Nice
remember.
boy, Roz.
Whatever I
Okay.
had around lately.
Oh, okay. So you're talking?
Don't.
Is there a red light going on in front?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened with
We brought
Jessie.
the dishes in the kitchen, and I said to Mark, I says, I hope that there's enough room on the table because we got the big dishes, you know, to carry them. Then he goes over to his dad, he says, you finished? He says, yes. Picks up his dishes, picks them one, puts one on top of the other, and goes in the kitchen again. I says, Jessie, is there enough room for another plate? Oh yeah, he says, I pushed them over. He pushed the others over so he could have room for another one. And he went clean the table, of course there was a few things.
You know what we found in Goldie's house today? A picture of Grandpa Max, your father. Do you remember that picture was a fresco? It was painted like. Who painted that picture? It was a painting. Don't remember? And also a picture of your mother, Goldie. We're going to have copies made. A big one. Who's that picture? The big one.
You didn't get the picture, Goldie. That's the Kate,
That's the one who was
that you're
named after. Oh.
A beautiful woman. She was so good to us that for that alone she should have lived longer than she did.
Uh-huh. So that's who I'm named after, Kate.
Those two pictures, I hope she would
I want to make copies of.
make. You don't have to make copies. Take them.
Who? Who should have them?
Take them.
No, I want to know who do you want.
Take them and then you'll give them to the make smaller ones.
But don't. Well, wait a minute. I want to
They're
know.
great-grandparents, great-grandparents to your children.
But they're also great grandparents to Mark and to Dee Dee
Well,
and everybody. So we don't want
So
to, you know.
whoever wants them should have them.
I guess that Mark would like them, and so Dee Dee. I'm sure when she knew, we didn't know they were there, Mom.
I did too. She had them under.
I said I didn't know
Oh,
they were there.
Goldie had them under the bed in the back room. Oh, they were under the bed.
Yeah, I know now.
So I said to her, Goldie, please take care because I don't know. Where is that picture with the three of us? Goldie, you and I. We
I don't
were-
remember.
Well, look in Goldie's wedding picture book,
Okay.
album.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking high and low for that picture.
All right, well,
wanted to
look.
have
Take a look, okay. But this is,
But
when
I
was
don't
it
see-
taken?
Huh?
When was it taken? Remember?
Yeah, when I was working, you were working, Goldie was working, you were big girls already.
Oh, you mean this is before we were married?
Huh?
This is before we were married? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I might have it. Okay.
So I would like to make a couple of copies of that.
All right. But I was also going to ask you.
Dave was the pole boss of the whole thing, so I don't know what went where or what.
Okay.
Because he put some pictures in. If I asked to see it, they didn't. I never saw the
All right.
album.
I'll ask Goldie.
I
We'll
never
find out.
saw it.
All right. And Mark asked me when he looked at the pictures, he looked at Grandpa Max and he says, what did he used to do? What was he, what kind of business and what he used to do? What kind of a man was he?
When he was younger, he worked at ironworks. Used to make the fire escapes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
To make very hot and then turn them. You know how they're turned around.
Oh, yeah, the design, yeah.
Design
Yeah.
in all different ways.
Mhm.
But then when he took sick, he couldn't work at that.
How old was he when he
his
did
heart
that?
wasn't good. What?
How old was he when he did that?
Oh, I don't know. He did that when he used to do that in Europe, and then when he came here, he did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then he wasn't allowed to do any heavy work because something affected his heart. So he couldn't do that. But he didn't have too much complaint of his heart, but he had high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. So that's where we get the high blood pressure. It's hereditary. Mm-hmm.
No, but of course lately I've had it a lot, but I try very hard not to let myself.
No, that's because you have to take
You
medication
gotta
for
be
that.
Yeah, but you've got to be very, very careful with yourself, not to get excited.
Right.
And-
So anyway, what else did he used to do, Mom?
What?
What did Grandpa used to do? Grandpa Max.
He used to do whatever he could get a hold of because he had 6 mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
6?
Well, there was 4 children, he and my
Oh, yeah.
stepmother. I was only
Oh, yeah.
9 months old when my mother died. I don't even remember her.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I do know her. All I saw was the pictures.
Where did you
Her
first?
friends, she had 2 good friends that came from Europe when they did,
Mm-hmm.
from the same city. And
Oh.
they used to come over all the time to watch us. What was their name? Wine something. Something with wine.
Weinstein? No.
No, the names. When she used to see me, she used to pick me up and hug me. Ah, my best friend's child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She always used to come to visit us to make sure that we're all right.
But I was wondering that when this is before he married again, right?
Well, he had to get married. He had 4 little tots,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to find work to do work. So how could he take care of them? And his sister Ida used to come, and she.
I had an aunt, a great aunt Ida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She came and she used to take. I don't remember too much.
Do you remember
But
her
the
last
children
name?
Tell,
I know.
my brothers told me a lot.
But what about? Do you remember Ida's last name?
Kaplan.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
She's
yeah.
from the Kaplan side, man.
Oh, okay, uh-huh. So she used to be a Rattinger, but she was married to Kaplan, right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So then Kate was the second wife, was it? Your mother, Kate? She was Max's second. Uh-huh.
Oh, she was. I remember her. She was the one that raised me, and she wouldn't go a step without taking me by the hand. I had to go all over wherever she went. She would leave me alone for a minute. She was very good. And then she go.
Is that why I'm so good, Ma?
She go.
Is that why I'm so good, Ma?
Yeah.
I'm Kate. Huh?
She go to visit some of her friends, and she take me along. And if my brother Willie was home, may he rest in peace, she would take him along too because he was the youngest of the boys. And then when it came around time for them to come home from school, She say, "Oh, must go home because I must give them their
I
milk.
can't hear you.
I must give them their milk
Oh,
and cake."
Mm-hmm.
So she came. So she used to go home with us because she used to say, "My children will be home soon." She always called my children, always.
So, how long did she live, Ma? How old were you then?
She was. It was 2 weeks before my wedding. She had to die.
Hmm.
And she got a rug for me, and she bought me all my pots and pans,
Uh-huh.
all hammered pots. She only wanted me to have good things to remember her by.
How long did how old were you when you got married, Ma?
Who?
How old were you when you got married?
About 19, a little
Same
over.
age as me. Huh. I got they married the same age, yeah. So she really was
But
9 years.
she was very nice. Oh, she was so wonderful to us.
What did she die of? Do you remember? Do you know what she died from?
Yeah, she had sugar diabetes.
Oh. Did she ever have children of her own? Did she ever have children of her own?
She had a miscarriage. She fell. She was washing the floor. She fell on the pail. She had a miscarriage.
Oh, this is while she was married to
That was
Grandpa.
the only time she was pregnant.
Oh,
It was a pity.
sure. Listen, it happened. Something may have been wrong with the baby. You don't know.
No.
Oh, how?
She fell on the pail with her
But I mean, something might have been happening.
Well, I don't
It was
know,
meant to,
but-
you know. You don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And they had to take the baby. You had to, give
Mhm.
she had a miscarriage.
Ah. But anyway, so then, how long after you were married that Grandpa married Esther? I remember Esther. I remember her.
She wasn't a nice person.
Oh.
She was only for herself.
Mhm.
When I was operated, I was in the hospital and the children were small.
Mhm.
All my neighbors brought cakes and different things. She used to sit down and make herself a meal with cakes. And instead of standing or cooking a meal for the children, sometimes, when Grandpa, may rest in peace, great Grandpa, so when he used to talk to me on the phone in the hospital, he'd say, what could we make for the children? I'm in the hospital sick, so they're asking me what could they make for the children to eat. She's a woman that raised children herself and all. Wouldn't she know what to make?
Well, that's anything.
So
You-
all right. Then she would call me in the hospital to ask me the telephone number of the fish market, or this one or that. I'm telling you, it wasn't so hot.
What you call it? Because I remember Grandpa when I had. It must have in the house. I was maybe 7 or 9. I had a fever. I remember him teaching me how to play casino. Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
That was on Dudley Ave, was it? Do you remember? I must have, because I remember having and sitting on his lap, and I remember his mustache was
Yeah.
gray, and it used to tickle me when he kissed me.
Yeah. Oh, he always loved to be around the children, always. And when you'd get new coats or something, Dad used to make you little blue coats with white trimming.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So, he used to come. Oh, such dolls. Where do you get such dolls? Only in your house.
So I remember I was scared of something.
Huh?
I was scared of something. I must have been the fever or something. Remember, I was sick.
Oh, well.
And he
you get
took me
all
on his
kinds of-
lap. I remember him talking to me, and I felt so comforted.
Why did you shut this off? It's got to go on.
Yeah, leave it. It's okay. Won't hurt. It won't hurt much, Mom.
Huh?
It's not bad. Anyway, so what I was going to say, what city did he come from in Russia?
From Vilna, Gubernia.
I thought
don't know
Dad-
where that is. I don't
But
know.
where did
It's
Dad
in
come
Russia
from?
someplace.
But where did Dad come from then?
Huh?
Where did Dad come from? Pop. You remember?
No, wait a minute. My father came from Sedilko something. Sedilko. He belonged to
Where was I?
an
Couldn't hear.
organization that had the same name as their city.
What was the name again? I couldn't hear you.
Sedilko.
Oh, Sedilko. Oh, okay. And where did Dad come from? I thought Dad came from
No,
Vilna
Dad
Gubernia.
is from Vilna.
Yeah, I thought that's in the Vilna Gubernia.
Because he's in a different part of Russia. See, they were Litvaks, and they were real Russians. You know,
Who was real Russian? Grandpa or Dad?
Grand-
Oh, Pop was from a country, Lithuania or something like that?
it was a different city, a different, I don't know, I tell
Okay.
you, I don't know that part of the country, so I
Oh,
can't tell
okay.
you too
All right,
much.
well, maybe Aunt Mary would know.
Who?
Aunt Mary. Because she was there.
She knows and she don't. But
Mhm.
they brought her here when she was small.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, because I remember we were talking, we was telling her about her wedding.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of things she don't remember, even now. Now her mind is, her,
Don't, and,
oh, I know.
okay. But I was going to ask you about also how did you meet Pop-Up?
Through Mary. Mary was my girlfriend. I went with the girls that lived in the next house. That was during the time I worked at, what was that, a moving picture company. Oh, Mayor or something.
Yeah, I know. Golden Mayor or something.
Golden,
Yeah, I know which. Okay, go ahead, yeah.
So I worked for them. And then one day I went downstairs and I met the Sheen sisters. They lived next door.
Mm-hmm.
The husband was religious, and he only wanted a little shul in his house, so that all the neighbors that want to go to shul would be coming to their house.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, I think, 2 or 3 daughters. I can't remember now whether it was 3. I think it was 3. Mary would know.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember their last name. Look how many years this is, and I remember their last name, Sheen.
Uh-huh.
So she said, this one of the Sheen sisters says, we don't see too much of you around. Are you working? And I said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then they took the number of our telephone number that sometimes they could call me up. So if they go someplace they would like me to go along with them, they would call me. So I gave the number, and then through the Sheen sisters, I met Mary.
Uh-huh.
Then, when Mary saw me, she says, oh, I bet my brother would love to take you out.
How old were you then, Mom? Do you remember? Because you
About
got married at 19?
18, about 17 and a half, 18, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember when Mary used to go with them, years ago, if you wanted to dance, she would go up to a place, where they had dancing, but we didn't go to the places that were rough. We went to supposed to be the finer places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we went up to dance, and the mother, Mary's mother, his grandmother, she would send Dad up to take us home, because she didn't trust us going home alone at night. You know?
Mm-hmm.
She took us home.
Shrewd, wasn't she?
Huh?
She was shrewd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he took us home, and then he wasn't living in
The house, Mary's house?
in where they call it, where I lived in, what do you call it?
Canarsie? No.
No,
Brooklyn?
no, no.
Brooklyn?
It's Brooklyn, but wait a minute, it's not Canarsie. It's, I forgot the name of the place. It'll come to me in a minute.
Okay.
Well, anyway, so Eastern Part, no, maybe
Not Brownsville.
East New York. something.
Williamsburg? No.
East New York.
Well, okay.
Well,
whatever.
anyway,
It's okay.
it
Go ahead.
was considered Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And so then one day she asked us to come over the girls to come to her house. We went to her house, and her brother was there. Dad was there. So she introduced me to her dad.
Wait, hold the time. What was your first impression of Dad?
I tell you the truth, I can't remember. We were so busy talking about so many things. Who was there besides? Oh yeah, Mary's husband.
Oh, Joe. Huh.
And
Were they married yet or no? They were going together. Were,
No, they were just going. She just met him, and he was a sailor.
uh-huh. Okay.
So And Mary was a good-looking girl. Very
Yeah.
good.
Well, you're a good-looking woman too.
She still looks nice.
Yeah.
She still looks nice.
Mhm.
But these two Sheen girls, the mother, Miss Famiga dachte, she was like this. I don't know how she ever got on a chair. Oh, she was mammoth. And the woman never stopped eating all day long. She never. To her, she had to keep eating. And the house wasn't too clean. But the one room where they had the supposedly temple, that room they kept pretty good. But the rest of the house was filthy. Everything was laying around on chairs and like by me right now.
Nah.
It's drying. It's almost dry. I'll take
That's
them
all right.
away.
Don't forget about this. So tell me about this year.
But what I want is that it was a shame, though. You know, they were nice girls. It was a shame that they had to have a house like that. And if they wouldn't ask people to come in, would be better. You know.
Well, no, maybe they felt, look, this is my house. You accept my house, you accept me. You accept me, you accept my house, Mom.
You can hear all that on there.
I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
So what do I
That's
want
okay.
I don't want to talk on that.
I'm just taking a picture of it.
No,
That's
we're
all.
just talking.
We're just talking. That's all.
Then we don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go. Maybe
So
I'll
tell me. So what was your first impression? You didn't tell me about Dad. We got to Dad and you stopped talking. You don't want to talk about Dad?
No, I didn't say nothing about that.
No. So what was your? When did you go out after?
I said that.
So you met him by the girls, okay? And you met him by Aunt Mary, and then what did you thought of him? When did you first think you liked him?
Met him in her mother's house.
I know, but when did you feel like you first liked him? Pop up. When did you feel you liked him? Was it after a couple of dates or what?
I went to, not very often when he would come. He was busy. He had a little factory up in Noah, Connecticut.
Oh, that's when he made
He
you.
and Uncle Gus.
Oh, that's when he had the coat factory. Before you were married.
Yeah, they were. What were they now? They were manufacturing ladies' coats,
Mhm.
but they were sub manufacturers. They weren't the
Oh.
real manufacturers. Well, anyway, so one time he said, "Could you meet me at 42nd Street because I can come in on the train on 42nd Street."
Mhm.
So I says, "Well, I think so." So of course I said, "I have to ask my dad if I can meet you then."
Was your dad very
Because we were
strict?
because my father was very strict on that. You know what I mean? He wanted everything to be the right way.
Was he strict when you were coming in? What, did he give you a curfew? You know,
Huh?
did he give you a curfew? What time you had to come in and stuff?
Sure, I had to be home before 10 o'clock.
How old were you before this? How old when he said you had to be in before 10 o'clock?
I think I must have been about 17 and a half, 18.
You know who I want her to hear this? Rebecca. Because she wants to come in late.
I know. But you know,
And you were
in
17.
a nice
okay.
way, he told us that even the boys couldn't stay out too
What? I
late.
can't hear you. What?
Even the boys couldn't stay out too late
Mm-hmm.
because he said when they stay out too late at night, they get tired and they do things they shouldn't be doing.
Uh-huh.
So he
Like
wanted-
what? Like what? Did he say what?
They used to mind.
Uh-huh.
We had no excitements in our house. Everything was done the right way.
Mm.
And my stepmother used to say, "Dad is right. He wants you to be safe and he wants to be home where you belong.
Uh-huh.
If you stay up a little longer to watch a little program or something," that's how we had radios, you know.
Mhm.
If you want to listen to something, that's all right, but you should be home.
It's a good idea, yeah.
She used to help out, and everything was calm. Everything was nice and quiet.
How come I'm not like her then? You named me after her. How come I'm not so calm?
Well, I don't know. You do it to yourself.
Oh, okay.
You can do for yourself more than anybody can do for you.
You're right. You're right.
Because many times my pressure jumps up and I try to control it.
It's a good idea.
Because if I don't, I would be a very sick person.
So tell me, when did Dad kiss you the first time? How many dates?
I don't remember.
What? You don't remember your
I don't
first kiss?
remember. No, I don't.
Was Dad the first?
That I can't remember.
Did you ever have boyfriends before Dad?
Ah, no. No, I went out with one of the accountants came. See, I worked in the office.
What
there.
kind of office did you work in, man?
Wait a minute.
I didn't know before. I didn't know you worked in an office. You didn't tell me. This is something new. What kind of office did you work in?
I worked for, what did I say, the moving picture?
Oh, the Metro Golden Mayor.
Yes, I worked in the office. I did typing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Sure, I did typing there, and then I was a clerical worker.
How long did you work there, Mom?
Oh, I worked there over a year.
When you right out of high school or what? Did you go? Or what grade?
Well, I had to quit high school because my stepmother took very sick, and I couldn't continue.
Oh.
I was only one grade in high school, and then I had to quit.
Oh, but you knew typing and stuff, or you had already learned typing?
I went to
A secretarial school, something like that.
Sure.
Oh,
That's how I learned, and then I used to have to take the subway and go all the way to Fifth Avenue, where the office was, where all the places are.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time I was going to the subway, and there was a young man that always looked at me whenever I came out from work,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't like the looks of it.
Okay.
I
know.
I was really afraid.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
But after that, I made up my mind that I was going to tell one of the men that worked in the office. It was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
He was an older man. He had children, he was married and had children. And I told him, I says, I'm really afraid to go out when this man seems to be standing in the doorway. And when he sees me, he walks towards the subway where I have to go. And I don't trust him. I don't like the looks of him. He says, I will go with you once or twice. And he did. He went down with me, and he went all the way down.
Did he see the man? Did he see the man you were afraid of?
I showed him. I pointed him out.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I didn't want to make it obvious, but I pointed him out.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he didn't go over to say anything to him. I told him not to start anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then after a while, this man saw that, that people were watching me. He got away. He went away from there.
Uh-huh.
But that was the only time I was ever afraid of anybody. I didn't like his looks. He looked like the rough kind,
So who did you go out with from the office? You
No,
said it-
wait a minute.
Okay.
That has nothing to do. This accountant that used to come to the office,
Yeah.
one of their accountants, he asked me if I would like to date him one night,
Go out for a date, yeah.
night. So I says, well, I'll have to find out if I can go out that night, because I told him, I says, I have a sick mother home, and I have to find out if I can get out, to go. Well, he realized that after all, it's logic. So he came all the way to Brooklyn to pick me up. Didn't tell me to meet him in New York at the station, because he wanted to take me to a show.
Mm-hmm.
So he came and took me out, and I remember we went out and we had dinner. And after dinner, he took me to the show. And after the show, he brought me right home, because I told my father, don't allow me to be out too late. He brought me home, and he was very nice. But then I don't know what happened, and he stopped coming to the office. Something happened there with the books or something, and he didn't come no more. All right, look, I didn't think anything of him, being personal. It was just a date, and he thanked me very much, and he said, I enjoyed the evening with you, and it was all right.
So where did you and Dad go in your first date? You and Papa?
He also bought tickets to a show, and I met him on 42nd.
Oh, never you had to
We
go.
had a ride back. We had a ride.
Oh, we got to answer the
That
phone.
must be Mary.
Okay, now, see, I wanted to catch you when you were walking, but I didn't catch you when you were walking. No, sit, it's okay. No, you just sit and talk, that's all.
You don't want to hold my
You,
hand.
no, you can hold, you can So these, I want to let the camera know that these are the two girlfriends from what year? When did you first meet? What year was it?
Wait
Wait a minute.
I got married in
1919.
1921.
Huh?
1919. 1919.
From 1919?
Before.
Yeah.
You know, that's the year Maury was born.
I told about the Sheen girls.
Yeah.
We taten nog wat uit
I heard from her.
Oh,
She-
yeah?
Yeah, she lost her first husband. She married,
Oh,
remarried,
Yeah.
and she was in Lakewood. You know,
Oh,
Lakewood.
yeah, I know, New Jersey.
Well, but I never could go to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Talk.
that,
That's all right. You can move around. You don't have to sit still, Mom. This is.
and then what's her name? The other one, the one that married the butcher.
Oh, je weet niet de naam, ik ga vergeten.
Oh, I forgot her too. She,
I forgot.
Lily.
Lillian,
That's
Yeah.
right. Well, she married a butcher. She was supposed to be.
Als je kleine vlees.
She got rich. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And after that, you got married. No, I was married
You
first.
got married first.
I got married first.
She forgot to invite me to her wedding.
What? Is that true? Is that true, Aunt Mary?
I know, I
No,
wasn't to you.
No, I didn't know her.
She
After
didn't
my
know.
wedding,
She didn't know that
I
I
knew her, but my brother didn't fall in love with her until after we got married.
Oh.
You like that.
You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Couldn't you tell him? Bring her anyway.
Yeah, well, I had you in the house.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know how it happened.
All
I
right.
forgot already.
You're
My God,
correct,
how
I
many
guess.
years is it?
Huh?
How many years? My God, I was
You met
married
1919. You're about 67 years you married.
59 years
You've
ago.
been-
I was married 59 and a half years.
So that you met
Oh,
her
okay.
about 62 years ago?
Yeah.
More. No,
The
More than
Mrs. Sheene gewend hebben gaan zeker op is niet
Ja.
gedaan even chair.
Oh, that was her mother.
De
They had a
mevrouw
shoe in the
Mrs.
house.
Sheene. Zonder dat ze het hadden school.
And the other one was given a heel schwarze. And the little one was, I don't know.
There was
what they
just
had.
two daughters, no?
3.
I said it, but I didn't know what to read.
3 girls.
But you know what I want to find out about Pop-Pop in when you came, in Europe, Aunt Mary.
Oh,
Remember what kind of a life it was?
He came before me.
He
I
came
don't-
from here, yeah.
he came with
before
Connie.
me.
But how old were you when you came over?
Oh, not quite 10 years old. That
Oh,
was
so
about
then you
10.
do you remember about the life in Russia at all?
Oh, well, I remember very little. I remember the trip.
How was the
But,
trip?
And from my early days, I remember we lived in a village. They called the Barbe.
De brave.
Okay,
yeah.
good. That's okay. Yeah, that's we couldn't think of the. She couldn't think of the
You
name.
better
Okay,
write it down
so
now.
I got it. That's all right. Go ahead.
The Barbe.
Yeah.
And
yes, you
over
got it
there, we lived in a little hut. I'm telling you, it was just a cement floor.
2x4.
Cement floor or dirt floor?
Cement.
Cement.
Okay, yeah,
cement.
okay.
And a cement oven built with, and my mother used to bake
Yeah.
her bread and her challah in it.
How come
Yeah.
you got such cold hands,
A
Vegas,
warm
man?
heart.
That's right.
And near that there was like a bench on the side, and my father used to sleep on that. We used to sleep on the floor. That's all. Then
I never
after-
forget, he told me that poor Sam, als ze gaan gegangen liggen, ze hebben zijn een piece of holes in his head.
What is it in his head?
that I don't.
I don't
know.
understand.
Yeah, he said that he
I was-
laid down near
I
the
was-
stove and the chair had
Yeah.
the gewend gebroken some, so the piece of wood went in his head and they had to pull out, and then they dat me verstopt hem kop mit bread.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought they
That's what
put.
he told
I thought
me.
they used to have a cut, and he used to put a cut. He used to put bread on a cut to stop the bleeding. I thought it was a cut. I didn't know where though.
No,
Yeah, and the
he had a
cut is separate.
stitch on the head.
Oh,
he
I
had
see.
a big
Oh, okay.
cut.
And remember about your mother? I mean, your mother
And
used to
then-
be.
My mother, well, she was really the whole support of the family.
Mhm.
She used to cure I know, Kretz. How would you say it in
That
English?
that was something. It's infections.
Yeah.
Okay.
An itch.
Oh, okay.
Itching,
Itching.
yeah.
Very, very, very
They
itchy
have
all over your
the
body.
Skin,
I don't know
the
whether you
skin
would
used
call
to
it.
peel.
No,
Okay.
no. Whether you would
Psoriasis,
call it
maybe? Or no,
no,
no.
no, no. What do you call them when you get them on the skin?
What do you mean?
Boils or no, no,
No,
no.
no.
Infection?
No, 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 no. They get it in the here too in America.
Wait a minute. What?
Oh,
what are you
oh, what
talking
the hell do
When
they
they
call
get a
that?
bite from something?
No, it's
What do
a,
they
it's a
call it? Oh, I forget.
whatever. We'll think of it later. It'll
Well,
come to you, okay?
The rattle gets come
And
out with the
so my
head.
mother used to cure it. How? She used to take wool and cloth, and dip it in
Mercury? No.
mercury, quicksilver they
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
Mercury. And tie the people
Oh, yeah, that
around.
was one woman that was gevangen say that.
Wait a minute. What happened there? You didn't say it in English.
And she used to tie around on the body and on the hands and on the neck
Yeah.
and on the leg.
Yeah.
And that used to cure them.
Yeah, but
Fortunately, unfortunately, I would say,
see.
something happened.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
let her talk.
One man, was it a man or
A
the
woman.
woman? I don't know.
A
Yeah.
woman.
Lost her teeth. All her teeth came out.
See, it helped that sickness, but it pushed out all.
So what happened to your mother? What happened to
What
what?
the mother?
Let her talk. It's her mother.
My mother used to do that. He cured that.
So what happened when the woman's teeth or whoever's teeth fell
I
out?
don't
What they
know
do to
what
your mother?
happened After that, God knows, in the old in villages they have no lawyers. They have so it just happened. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Then my mother used to make whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was a
No,
bootlegger.
A bootleg.
She was a bootlegger.
Yeah.
And we lived in a house, we worked ourselves up a little already. So she had a house and a barn. In the barn, she'd have all kinds of the cows and her horses, and she would manufacture whiskey from potatoes, vodka, Finally, somebody must have got wind of it, and they squealed,
They squealed at her.
and they came. What did she do? She buried it in a barrel under some sawdust or whatever it was in the barrel, I don't know. But luckily, she got away with it. And after that, I don't know what she did.
Well, you didn't watch her every minute.
No, this I was told. I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah. And after that, I was left